And welcome back to Reactioncast. It's your host, Jesus, aka Tyrant Dominus, and today we are diving into what might be the most unexpected, solid Marvel film in a long time. Fantastic Four: First Steps.
Wow, folks, we all know the story. 4 brave astronauts head off into space and come back forever changed.
This car?
Our city, our planet, owe a debt to these intrepid souls. And while we can never repay them, we can certainly celebrate them.
Thank you, Fantastic Four. Thank you.
Thank you, Fantastic Four!
Please welcome the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I know, another reboot of the Marvel's first family. We've been here before, more times than we probably should have. But hold on, this one's different. This isn't just another origin story. It's a full-on sci-fi adventure wrapped in mid-century retro vibes, and get this, it's actually emotionally resonant. Imagine a superhero film that gives you time to feel things, where the family's dynamics matters as much as the cosmic threat. Wild, right? And yeah, it's set on Earth 828, not our usual MCU terrain. And trust me, that's one of the best things about it. So what's the setup? On this alternate Earth, the Fantastic Four, Reed, Sue, Johnny, and Ben, are already established heroes. 4 years in, they're household names. They've saved the city, fought weird science, and the whole deal. But then Galactus shows up. Yep, the world-eating cosmic being with glowing eyes and a booming voice, and he's got his sights set on Earth. But this isn't a mindless CGI slugfest. At the core of this story, it's something deeply human, a family trying to hold it together while facing literal extinction. And with Sue Storm about to give birth mid-crisis, and the stakes are personal and planetary, it's family versus fate, and the tension drives everything. Let's talk about the cast. Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. He's solid. You can tell he's carrying the weight of the world, or at least Earth 828, on his shoulder. He plays Reed as a man teetering between genius and exhaustion. Sometimes it's a bit too moody, but it works. Vanessa Kirby, she owns Sue Storm. Finally, an invisible woman with dimension, intelligent, compassionate, powerful. She's the emotional core, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Mom Everywhere walked out of the theater feeling seen. Johnny Storm and Ben Grimm, a great balance. Johnny, not the annoying hothead we've seen before. He's flirty, sure, but this version has heart. Ben, meanwhile, brings warmth and quiet strength. And while I wish we got more solo scenes with him, every time he's seen on screen, you're into it. Chemistry-wise, the cast clicks. They feel like a real family, messy and proactive, and constantly ribbing each other in just the right ways. So, here's where First Steps really steps up. The plot doesn't waste time reintroducing the wheel. These are superheroes. We've been superheroes. That means we jump straight into the action and the drama without slogging through the same old beats. The pacing is tight, and the story isn't afraid to take its time where it counts. You get to your thrills, but the film knows when to slow down and let the moments breathe. That's rare for Marvel lately. And I've got to say, the way they frame Galactus is smart. He's not a giant space cloud this time. He's an actual character, intimidating, mythic, a voice like thunder. His presence looms over the film, and it works. That said, the final act is a bit too tidy. Some characters don't get to the payoff they deserve. And let's be real, Sue's, okay, this is, I'll be honest, this is a little bit spoilery. Sue finale was crazy cool, but it's cool on paper, but we're stretching believability just a tad. Still, the idea lands, even if the execution gets wobbly. This movie, visually, this movie looks good. That 1950 Jetson meets space age style, what's the best word I can say? It's like immaculate. It gives the film a unique identity. Finally, some visual flair in the MCU that isn't just grayscale rubble. The soundtrack slaps too. It doesn't mimic John Williams or the usual can't say this sometimes, orchestral bombast that got its own vibe. It keeps the energy up without overpowering emotional beats. And best of all, no MCU homework, no cameos you have to Google, no multi-phase homework assignments. It's a self-contained story, and that's a breath of fresh air. So here are kind of my final thoughts on the film. Fantastic Four First Steps isn't just a good for Fantastic Four movie. It's good, period. Is it perfect? Nah. The Silver Surfer arc could have been deeper. Galactus' final moments could have hit harder. And the Franklin Richards might have been, it could be power scaling nightmare for future movies. But that's a problem for the future. But none of that breaks this film. So, what do you think is a character-driven, emotional, satisfying sci-fi flavor film that doesn't insult your intelligence? It's a family drama with cosmic stake, told with heart and style, and honestly, that's a win. So, that's it for today on this episode of Reactioncast. If you've seen Fantastic Four Steps, let me know what you thought. Did the retro aesthetics do it for you, or are you worried about the Franklin OP in the universe? And where does this one land in your Marvel ranking? As always, thanks again for listening or watching. Until next time, see ya.